It's a different game now.
Didn't you injure both of your legs?
If you don't respect your body, then who are you going to blame?
What do you think about the deaths in the bodybuilding world?
Deaths are happening. It's more in your face.
Should the bodybuilders be really concerned for their health right now with all this thing happening? Thanks for talking to me today, man. I appreciate it. How you been, man? It's good to see you, man. How you been?
Yeah, I've been good, man. I've been good. Like I said to you, I'm still doing my thing, still training, still, working with clients and stuff like that. But bodybuilding at the moment is it's a different game now. You know what I mean? It's more social media popularity contest.
You think so?
It's about who's got the followers, who's got, if you got the followers, you get the what's it now? Look in the shows. You know what I mean?
You think so? You think if you have followers, you're more favorite to win the show?
No, it helps. It helps a great deal with, and the problem you've got is at this moment in time with bodybuilding, the competitions are so struggling. They're not equal. You know what I mean? In the way it's like somebody can travel from one side of the world to compete in the other side of the world for an easier show to get an Olympia qualification. You know what I mean? So, like, I just feel like, with the bodybuilding, the way it is at the moment, if you're from the UK and if you have to travel to the US to compete for an easy show with not many people in that show, I just think it's a bit crap. You should be able, if there's no show in the UK, you should compete in a show in the European show. If there's no show in the European show, then travel a field out to Middle East or to America or wherever,
I hear you, man. Well, it's been 7 years since we spoke, so I appreciate you jumping on an interview with me. And you had, speaking of competing, you had a major injury, right? Didn't you injure both of your legs a few years ago?
Yeah. I injured both of my quadricep tendons. That's basically, what's it now? What's it hindered my, competing, getting to the best I could be due to that factor. But, I made a comeback and it was a good comeback what I was happy with. And I did great. I did well. I stayed healthy from it all, God willing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
End of the day, this sport, it's unforgivable. If you don't respect your body, you don't respect the chemicals, you don't respect the nutrition, then who are you going to blame? You're going to blame the bodybuilding industry for, making you that way, for giving you these side effects, for giving you these repercussions, There's no point being bitter. The people who are bitter in this sport are the ones who didn't know when to say no and didn't know when to listen to their body, basically. And that's the problem. We have got too many addicts in this sport. They're like crack addicts, and they don't know when to give up. And they've got too many yes men around them. And social media doesn't help by them having to be on chemicals all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this situation is not good for people themselves, their ego and everything.
Speaking of that, since you pivoted the conversation into that direction, I go every time I go somewhere, right? Random people ask me, "Hey, what do you think about the deaths in the bodybuilding world?" They keep asking me because it seems like there was a lot of deaths in the last few years. What is your take on this, being a bodybuilder yourself? Do you think there's a common thread here, or do you think they're sporadic?
Listen, there's two things there. People can say it's sporadic, argument for that. Bodybuilding, before wasn't as big as it is now in the way that everything, the world has become closer with social media. Before you could, if you was a player, you was a playboy, you could go to the next city and you could have another life, you could have another relationship, and nobody would know.
Sure.
But now you can go to the other side of the world, you can go to Australia, you can go to Brazil. But you know what? You will get caught because social media is there. Somebody will see you, somebody will post something happens. So the world has become so much smaller. So everything has become more emphasized in the way that, when things are happening, deaths are happening, it's more in your face. Before it wasn't that way. Before it was about somebody knew somebody and you heard about somebody, you never met them, or you just read of them in a magazine, and it was like shocking. And now it's like everybody is, knows somebody. There's so many bodybuilders, there's so many amateur bodybuilders, there's so many influencers. So
Mhm.
the pool has just got bigger and bigger.
Right.
And but saying that, let's not sugarcoat it for what it is. There's a reason why people are dying, correct? Because people are not coming off performance enhancement drugs. They are staying on them longer. They're not knowing when to cycle off them. And you have to understand they call it the golden era, whatever you want to call it. Bodybuilders were taking more pharmaceutical stuff. They used to come up more often. Yeah, they didn't get blood tests done as regular now. They didn't have to because they came off and they knew what they were taking. You know what I mean, Vlad? And the
Yeah.
problem that you've got is a lot of common factors there. What there are gangsters who are making gear and selling gear, selling fake gear. And this is a big problem as well. These are people who are not bodybuilders. These are people who are making money from bodybuilding. These are big. These are big. It's a big industry. You know what I mean? The underground steroid market is a very big industry. If somebody tells you it isn't, they're lying. And because nowadays, there's so many underground steroid labs out there. What does that tell you? There's a market for it. People do not know what they're taking. That's the problem. Do you know what I mean?
I was gonna actually ask. That was the next thing I was gonna ask you. There's a theory right now that I keep hearing from people is that a lot of people might get hurt because they buying very low grade gear that's made in like a home lab or something, and it's just very low, bad quality, so they don't really know what they're consuming, and that can cause to problems. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you next, actually.
Yeah, look, professional bodybuilders there, they they get fooled. You know what I mean? They get fooled. It's like, you know, nowadays you can buy a bottle of sustanon, you know what I mean? The Zack company, send it to China. They will copy you that exact bottle, the exact packaging, but they will only have 12% of what it meant to have.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it won't even be clean, potent, ingredients. And people are buying 1 ml bottle, thinking these are pharmaceutical stuff, and they're getting ripped off. And then before you know it, you got bodybuilders who are competing in the Olympia, and they're not responding. And all of a sudden, they're like, what's happening? This gear's not working. Nothing's working. And before they know it, they've been using a fake cycle for the world's best competition.
Mhm.
And the problem is a lot of people they talk about getting their bloods done, they're getting their bloods done. If you're getting your bloods done, you would know if you're taking real stuff or fake stuff because your test levels could be sky high.
Mhm.
Let's be honest. If you want to know you're taking good stuff, you're taking real stuff, after 3 or 4 weeks of a cycle, you get your bloods done, your test levels should be high, your estrogen levels should be high, everything should be, off the radar. So that should give you an inkling whether you're on it or not. You can't be going weeks and weeks taking something and thinking to yourself, oh, there's something weird, just something's not working. Like I'm sorry, bro. When I'm on a cycle, within 2 weeks there, I know from taking the first shot, I feel something. Whether it's psychological or whatever, something's going in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Should the bodybuilders be really concerned for their health right now with all this thing happening with the gear and everything
Of
else?
course. Yeah, of course, bodybuilders should be concerned because if you're not concerned for your own health, then who else is going to be concerned for you? There, there are sharks out there. You know what I mean? It's a dog eat dog world. There's people there to make money off these dumb ass bodybuilders, these meatheads. That's what they call them, meatheads. You know what I mean? Because they know they want to buy the cheapest test bottle they can get. You know what I mean? And they want deals on steroids. They want deals on growth hormones. They want deals on everything. And but then they're expecting to buy the best pharmaceutical grade A drug. You know, it's like in the UK, you've got girls there buying Anavar for like £25, Vlad. Anavar. You can't even make it for £25.
I see.
You know, you've got Prima Bowling, and what people are buying for like 30, £45. You can't make that compound for that much. You know, you do the math, it doesn't add up when people are buying this stuff. So what are they taking? Are they taking Prima Bowling? Who fucking knows? You know what I mean? And then you've got these women who have got these side effects there, who are bikini girls, got facial hair growth, got their fucking clit growing, and they're basically nobody's there telling them these things are going on. You know, if you're a true friend to somebody, you would be pointing out these things to them. But the problem is, too many people have got yes men around them, and they don't want to tell them that. And you know yourself, Vlad, in this bodybuilding industry, it's only the top 5% are making good money, and the rest of them are hustlers. And you know, they try to get the best steroid deal, they try to get the best sponsorships, whatever they can get,
Right.
because you know, a lot of them are not willing to work. They're not willing to have a job, and that job supplement their bodybuilding. A lot of people want to spend all day on social media, and you know, when somebody says to them, "Listen, what's gonna have you got a sponsor or whatever?" And the first thing they'll say, "How much can you give me? What can you do for me? Not what I can do for you. How I can, you know, be something for your company, be an asset for you." Too many people becoming now. It's like, give me as much as I can to do effort, and to do it as long as I can do it before I get, you know, sacked off. That's why you got bodybuilders changing supplement companies every 3 to 6 months.
Sure.
Like you tell me, Vlad, you own a supplement company, yeah, a multi-million-dollar supplement company. Would you rather pay one bodybuilder $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month, or would you pay 100, 200, 300 influencers little amounts to do more for you? What would you do?
It all depends on return of investment, of course, and the coverage. So influencers seem to be generating
exactly,
more.
exactly. Yeah, it depends on how you want to get your name out there, and exactly what bodybuilder brings you the sales of return.
Are you done with competitive bodybuilding?
I want to give it one more good go. I wish I had it done sooner.
To me, you have amazing personality.
I'm going to come down and burn your house down and kill your family.
Are people actually getting arrested for this?
Why do you think it's so easy for them to control us?